Hey up guys, it's Fish here and welcome back my glorious Bannerman to 1212 Medieval Kingdoms on Attila Total War. So you guys asked for a Teutonic battle in the snow and me and Pixelated Apollo decided to get together and actually bring you guys this battle. So I am playing as the Teutonic Order and Pixelated Apollo, who is all the way over here. On the other side is playing as Lithuania, so hopefully we should get a really nice battle. This was a super fun battle to play, so hopefully you guys will enjoy it. So first things first, I'm just going to pause it and go over the armies, because I feel like just doing that now before we kind of get into it. Because this battle does kind of have like a fairly long skirmish phase, but I don't want to miss anything. So yeah, so what I'll do is I'll post on your screen now what my army consists of. I kind of pretty much went for like solid swordsmen, because these swordsmen are actually pretty expensive, and I also got a whole bunch of this cav, the Teutonic cav, which are really nice. Like they look super cool, especially this helmet right here. That looks amazing. That does look really cool. So yeah, I kind of wasted a lot of my own money going for cavalry, or not wasted, but I decided to go for a lot of heavy cavalry instead of improving my archers. I actually have 2 units of peasant archers, which are super cheap. These guys cost like 100 gold, and their damage isn't too bad. They just rout super quickly. So I kind of decided to spend more of my infantry on my swords and my cavalry, and kind of let my skirmish kind of just like lose because of it. So yeah, I also have another 2 over there, but you guys can see my army on the screen. So yeah, Pixelated Apollo's army, I think he went for pretty much the same type of army, but I think he actually got some melee cavalry, which just really don't hold up in cavalry on cavalry fights. They just always lose to shock cavalry in this mod anyway. So I found it's actually a lot better just to kind of get shock cavalry, win the cavalry engagement, and then kind of use your superior cavalry because you've just killed theirs to kind of win the battle. Because obviously melee cavalry is a lot better in actual melee combat, actually fighting infantry and stuff. They do a lot better there. So yeah, Apollo went ahead and got 2 units of archers, but they're actually half decent archers, whereas I think I have Prussian archers, 2 units of Prussian archers, and 2 units of peasant archers, which just don't really do too well. They're just not strong enough. His archers are a lot superior, but because I have the extra 2 units of peasant archers, I can actually survive in this skirmish phase, even though my skirmishes aren't that great. So first things first, I decided to go ahead and try and push up my cavalry to try and take these flanks as soon as I physically can. I want to try and obviously get up in the trees over here, try and hide up here, and do the same over here. You can see I'm actually doing the same over here. So let's go and just play it at normal speed now. No more slow pace. Let's go 100%. You can see all my men are just crouching. Like these look cool as hell. All my men are crouching up. So this battle's actually pretty crazy, because there's loads of different engagements, but the center line doesn't actually engage for quite a while. So I see these trees, I was like, oh, this is actually a pretty nice defensive position. It's actually kind of a bit elevated, and I get full protection from the tree line. So I decided to go ahead and just kind of hold up here. This is where I want to go ahead and have my skirmish off, really. So we start volleying off, and his archers actually do really well, considering I actually outnumber them by an extra 2 units. I actually do really well. And we'll go ahead and look at a few of the Lithuanian units as well, because we haven't actually really looked upon them. I showed you the army, but we haven't seen what these units actually look like. So these obviously, I guess, is basic swordsmen or axemen. Oh yeah, these are actually axemen, cool. Here's a whole bunch of axemen. And he's got these badass 2-handed sword dudes. I really like their shields, them shields right there. They're cool as hell. His general unit. That actually looks kind of Game of Thronesy, like right there. That armor right there. So yeah, we're already actually having cavalry engagements. He actually does outnumber me on this flank, and he does try to go ahead and get a charge off from my archers, which I'm pretty sure is successful. I am volleying on him. I know I do actually manage to catch him. He decides to turn around, and then he does sandwich my cavalry though. Pixie does a really nice job there of actually enveloping this cavalry unit, but I do have a whole bunch of archers shooting in, and I do also have spearmen coming to support in the fight. Hopefully they go ahead and get involved to go ahead and just help, because what you notice in these cavalry battles go on for a long time. Sorry, I'll actually decrease that as well. Yeah, these cavalry battles go on for the majority of the battle. For sure, and Pixie's done a good job of getting his spearmen to go ahead and support his cavalry over here. So we're kind of doing the exact same thing. Like, I've got spears supporting me over on this fight, and he's got spears supporting him over on this fight. And I think his spears look really cool, yeah, with all these shields. I like the shield just looks really nice. So I try and get my cavalry out of here because I'm like, I'm not going to win that fight versus spears. So I need to go ahead and get my cavalry back in. So I thought I'd go ahead and bring it back. Same over here. I'm actually about to get a charge off. I think I got a charge off on his archers. Or at least some of his infantry. And now I'm just backing out because I need to get out of here. I'm not going to win a fight against all his cavalry. Obviously, he has quite a few men in the woods. And yeah, and my archers are really just shooting. Like, my peasant archers are pretty good. I think this unit actually routed, but they've managed to rally back, which is nice. And we're doing an okay job. Like, we're keeping his archers at bay, and that's really all I planned to do, was just try and keep his archers at bay as best as possible. And we'll go check out this fight over here, the cavalry fight. Like, you'll notice this cavalry fight goes on for pretty much the entire battle, which is nice because this is the age of the horse. This is the age of knights and plate armor and stuff. So these cavalry fights should be really important, really decisive, and they should go on for a long time. Because obviously, if you think about it, it's just people, once they've broken their lance, they're just hitting each other with swords. And if they've got plate armor on, it's going to be pretty hard to pierce that. So the cavalry fight's rearing on. I think I have spears in there, and he also has spears in there. Yeah, you can see my spears around the side. And he's actually deciding to volley me in the back, which is really, really smart. I'm going to go for a... Oh no, he actually managed to chase off my cavalry over here. Luckily, I managed to get back. I kind of used my spear line just to try and warn off his cavalry and just use that. Because Pixie decided not to move his infantry. So I was like, cool, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and use my spears to try and win these cavalry engagements. Use my archers, because I have a lot more archers than him. Kind of use this advantage just to try and pepper his cavalry. Try and reduce it a bit. You can see he's probably going to go for another charge right here. Try and catch my... Oh yeah, I remember this charge. I just started shooting fire arrows after fire arrows into this horse unit. And I get a nice charge off in the side as well. Oh, that was epic. But he does actually get quite a few of his horses down onto my peasant archers. And this is just going to rout them. These peasant archers aren't going to stick around. But again, I do actually manage to trap him in here with my spearmen. And I've got archers shooting in. So like this cavalry unit, even though they killed a peasant archer, is doing a pretty good job.
The men's resolve is failing.
I decide to go ahead and actually bring my general over here as well. Just to try and commit an extra unit of cavalry to this fight. And try and use my war cry ability just to try and win this cavalry off right now. Because I'm kind of struggling at the moment. But after throwing my general in and using his ability, his war cry, it's done a good job at kind of getting out the smaller units in this. And if you're wondering why I'm red and Apollo is yellow, it's because my replay version didn't work. So I had to go ahead and get Apollo's replay version from him. So that's why like the colours are a bit switched around. And Apollo notices this and is like, fuck, I'm actually losing the cavalry engagement fairly convincingly. I mean, over here on the left, he's actually doing a pretty good job. But he also does have his general committed. So he's like, crap, I need to go ahead and hurry up and win this melee. Because my cavalry, if I'm going to stay in a prolonged fight, probably isn't going to win. So I'm moving up I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. My Teutonic knights are moving up to try and engage his infantry. Because I think my infantry can do pretty good against his swordsmen. His noble swords. But his axemen are the units I'm scared about. These axemen right here, I think they're going to do work. Because he actually does have a whole bunch more infantry than me. So what I decided to do is... Oh yeah, I'm actually using flying wedge here as well. This is the flying wedge formation. It's just so cool. You just put a massive dent in the enemy. It's really, really cool. It's amazing for breaking through enemy lines. You can see that was awesome. I'm super happy with that. So you can see he starts to envelop me, but I kind of decided this. I knew I didn't have enough infantry to kind of support along this entire fight. So what I decided to do was I decided to just go ahead and try and cut my flank off. Bring spearmen to try and like stop him on this flank and just hope my swordsman kind of win in the center. I also do get my spearmen around the side here. They're going to get a nice flank off in the back. And all this way, the cavalry fight is still going on. We got my two-handed... Oh yeah, I have these two-handed axemen as well. I can't believe I didn't talk about them. I got these bad boys against his two-handed axemen. Even though mine look cooler, so obviously I'm going to win that. And that's going off. He's actually bringing up more swordsmen to go and support that. So he actually ends up starting to win the cavalry fight over here. He commits a whole bunch more infantry than I do, and does actually start to turn this in his tide. I commit 1 unit of swords just to try and hold this up, because my thinking is if I can go ahead and win this, then I can win the battle. And I do actually catch his general off guard with my general, and I'm pretty sure I kill him. Yeah, I just routed him right there, which was really nice. He wasn't really microing too much. He was obviously looking at a different place, and I'd already wounded him quite a lot. So 1 charge just killed him and meant that the victory was mine. So killing his general was really good. I was kind of expecting a lot of his infantry to actually run right now, because I have all his cavalry just killing his archers now. Like, I'm like, this battle's in the bag. I must have won this. And then his infantry just starts going ham. You'll watch it. Like, he starts winning over here because he's committed all of this. So now he has this whole bunch of units which he wasn't using, which he can now go ahead and use to support the rest of the fight. I'm also bringing over my archers as well, because I want to go ahead and start peppering this big bulk of enemy infantry. So even though this battle, I killed his general, and I expected his units to really decide to start routing, and they're just not. They're refusing to do it. I got a really nice back charge of my spearmen. But his no... Yeah, exactly. They do refuse to admit defeat. Like, his noble swords are just doing a lot of work. Like, I was super impressed with them. But now I have my 2-handed axemen who survived and are ready to go into battle. Gonna start hammer and anvil striking with my general. Just try and hurt this morale. I really like the whole look of these knights. They definitely look like Teutonic knights to me. Gonna get a nice charge off in the back. Yeah, brutal. You saw the blood just spit up. Because my main goal now is just to go ahead and rout him. Like, I don't want to keep on fighting this, because his men are better than mine. I just need to try and keep this as busy as possible on the right flank, and hope my infantry can win elsewhere. But you can see, like, his noble swords are doing an amazing job against my infantry. You know, that 1 unit's defeating 1 of my units for sure, killing my spearmen. But luckily I did actually manage to rout these swordsmen, freeing me up our entire unit of infantry I can use to go ahead and get a nice flank off here. But again, these axemen are fighting my spearmen, so they're going to be having the time of their lives. You can see, look, they're just like, charge! With the cavalry support as well. Because I'm just trying to break his men. But you got to remember, his general routed. Like, I killed his general, and yet his men are still standing. I think that's one of the cool things about this mod, is the battle's just gone for a long time. Like, well, this battle is a 12 so far, 12. It's about a 15-minute battle, and this was a fairly small one. Like, we didn't really have, like, that elite units. We had fairly basic units. So that's awesome to see for sure. I do actually manage to rout this unit as well, so it does look like he does have a fair amount left, but it's mainly cavalry. But again, he does have these axemen and these axemen left as well. He gets a really nice charge off my archers. Runs straight through them. But again, these are my Prussian archers, so they're not super bad. Like, they'll hold their own for a little bit. This is my peasant archers, which is deciding to rout. And I'm just trying to rush over all my infantry to try and support this. Because all I need to do is kill his cavalry, and I win the battle for sure. Doing a good job over here, though. Watch some of these axemen just go in again. Like, once I clear out this pocket of resistance, I can kind of shift my entire force to what he's got left. But still, he still has a decent amount of troops left, so this is by no ways over. Luckily, I did manage to rout these 2 units of noble swords here. That was what was worrying me, was the noble swords. Now I can kind of use my superior numbers I have left to envelop him. And even though his general's dead, it's still going to prove difficult to rout his last few men. Got my general over here going to support my cavalry. God, they just look amazing. I know I keep saying it, and it's probably getting a bit annoying. But look at this cavalry. This is only on medium graphics as well. And that cavalry just looks so, so cool. So he gets a nice charge off there to go and support his infantry. You can see my swordsmen are starting to break. And at the moment, at this time, I'm like, crap. If these guys break, which they are routing, what am I going to do? Like, I don't really have too much left. I only have 2 units of horses. These archers aren't really going to do much at the end of the day. And not really that much infantry left. So this battle is still super close. Even though I killed his general, I pretty much destroyed his cavalry for the most part. You know, I won on the left flank, I won on the centre. But the battle's still going on, which is something the mod adds, and I think it's really, really nice. Oh, that cavalryman just got absolutely wrecked. His cavalrymen are cheering like the battle's already won. I just hit him in the back.
The men are broken and running for their lives.
Nice. So I think my envelopment finally did it. It pushed his men over the edge and his infantry starts to rout. Oh no, what I decided to do was, because his men were on the edge of routing, I actually went ahead and changed the fire arrows and started volleying in, even though it was killing my own men. Because he didn't have a general and I did, the fire arrows affected him a lot more than it affected me. And I actually managed to rout his entire infantry line, which he had left, which was really nice. It was actually a good tactic, and I totally forgot about doing it until right at that last minute. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. If you want to see more 12-12, please let me know. And also let me know what you want to see on these replay battles. I'm not very experienced at doing these type of replay battles, so feedback from you guys is really important. Let me know if you want to see more fighting, more me talking about my strategy, more me, I don't know, talking about the type of units or something. Just let me know what you want to see in the future, because I want to do a whole bunch of these battles on 12-12, a whole bunch of replays, and I want to make it as fun as for you guys as possible. So let me know if you want to see more cinematics, more action, more me talking about units, more me talking about strategy. Just let me know in the comments down below, and make sure to drop a like. I'd really appreciate that. And thank you guys for watching, and fish out. Oh, actually no, before we start, sorry, before we finish, we'll go ahead and look at the kills quickly, just to see if any units really racked up some kills. So, my general did a really good job. My Grand Master Guard, they did nice. My archers, my peasant archers, for how cheap they are, they're like, I think my Prussian archers are 4 times the cost of the peasant archers. And they did very good. My axemen, my Teutonic sergeants went in, 170 kills. Same with my infantry as well. But Apollo's infantry didn't do bad at all. This cavalry unit killed 300 men. I think that's a lot of my peasant archers, but still, that's impressive. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time, and fish out.